Oh! And then One Man's Journey cheered 25 bits and actually asked an interesting question. Here's what he asked. He says, Phil, with all the automation that's going on in the workplace in the next 20 years, there's going to be massive job losses. The concept of work itself will have to change. Do you think that being a content creator shields you from automation in the workplace? Well, that's an interesting question. What you really got to do to answer that question is you got to look at the kind of jobs that are being automated. All right? What kind of jobs are being automated? Let's take a look. Manufacturing, right? Factory-style jobs where there's a lot of repetition and a lot of what they would be considered unskilled work. This isn't work that you have to go to an academy or university, or you don't have to have a higher education to do that work. It's just literally grunt work, repetitive grunt work. Now, in the past, that work was pretty much consistent. It was dependable, and it was something you could build a career on because it was something that was always needed. But now we've got these robots that are being built to do that kind of work, okay? And you're absolutely right. There are entire industries that actually have changed, and you've seen entire industries of jobs go away in regards to automation. And it just happens as things change and improve, certain industries are affected. This is just a natural evolution, okay? At least in business. Now you're talking about being a content creator on the internet, okay? Take a look at content creation. Look at what I've done for 10 years. First of all, how different this job has become. When I started off being a content creator, I was just someone who sat in front of a TV with a camera. Wasn't even an HD widescreen camera, so I had to have it crooked, pointed at my television to record my HD TV, doing on-the-fly, irreverent commentary over games. After a while, it got more serious where I bought better equipment, HD equipment, so I would have better quality visuals, and I played more and more games, and it went from just singular videos of random gameplay clips into full playthroughs. Then it evolved into doing detailed reviews and edited style video series for YouTube. Then over the years, it evolved to being direct capture and live streaming integration. And now, here we are so many years later, now I'm primarily just doing the streams and doing interactive streams rather than worrying about the YouTube shit, right? So that being said, just what I've done in the last 10 years has evolved and changed so much. That's number one, a reason why automation would never happen, okay? Number two, the reason that I think that a lot of people check me out is not because I am, for example, a high-level tournament player. I don't have a high skill level in most of the games that I play. People are watching because they like my personality. They like how I react to video games when I play them. They like interacting with me on a daily basis and hanging out. You know what I mean? Like, it's a different thing. It's not like, oh, we're just going to watch to see the top player play. You know, then you could get a robot and design the robot to play the game at a high level, right? What's that robot that plays chess and no human can beat it or whatever? You see what I mean? But that's different than having someone who is someone that you tune into because you enjoy their personality or you enjoy just talking with them and hanging out with them and then seeing their reactions to games, you know, laughing at their fails, reveling in the silly moments that happen, glitches and stuff. We have that stuff all the time. And a robot's not going to find that stuff. An automated system is not going to do that kind of experience for you. You see what I mean? So, if you want to be honest here, the honest answer is, no, I don't feel that any kind of automation could ever become me or do what I do. Yes, could you have a robot do live streaming of games? Yes. Would the robot have any personality and or have any kind of interesting thing, you know, like I can put out on a daily basis? No, you need a human to do that, okay? Because people tune in for the human aspect of my streams, not just for high-quality gameplay, because most of the time, I'm not putting out high-quality gameplay. I mean, how many times did I die in the tutorial of Shadow of the Tomb Raider, but it was friggin' funny, right? I think that's the point here. So, no, I'm not worried about automation. However, the flip side of this is, what if all the businesses that have to do with content creation become automated? We've already seen the horrors of YouTube going from a website where it was actually run by humans to a website that's mostly automated. And we've seen the horrendous, terrible trends that have happened. Advertisements being divvied out on racist and very politically charged videos that make people or advertisers not want to advertise on the website. Demonetization in mass droves of videos that literally have nothing wrong with them, but just because a shitty algorithm that's automated decided that your video needs to be demonetized. I mean, I could go on here. There's a million things wrong with YouTube because of automation, because they don't hire humans to review cases. And so, even though I don't think that automation would negatively affect me when it comes to my job of content creation, as no one's going to replace me, see what I mean? I do think that automation could screw up a lot of the things that we deal with on a daily basis, right? So, I guess we'll see in the future, but for no, I'm not really too worried about automation at this point, okay?
Oh my god, excuse me.
AES cheered and says, went back and watched some of your Hateful Truth reviews. Hopefully they'll come back one day. Great critiques. Yeah, you know, here's the thing. You know, and as me being real, being honest with you guys, you know, YouTube has certainly changed over the years. And at one point, it was kind of like the Wild West, where you could basically go out there and do whatever you want, and people would watch it. You could do gameplay, raw gameplay. You could do edited gameplay. You could do a game review. You could do a skit. You could do a silly video of just reading people, you know, sending messages to your inbox on Xbox Live. Like, you could do whatever you want, and people would find it interesting and fun. And that was a really cool era for me because I could play any game. I could do whatever I wanted, right? But sadly, over the time, what happened was YouTube became oversaturated with content. YouTube became more about drama and negativity. And now what I find is that if I put out a negative video, if I put out a video that says, I'll give you an example.
Shadow of the Tomb Raider is the worst fucking game I've played in the last 10 years, and here's why.
That video will get insane views. Insane views. Even if it's the stupidest video I've ever made and it's all bullshit, it will get crazy views. Because YouTube now is a website that focuses purely on negativity. There's no one going there for honest stuff anymore. They're going there for drama. They're going there for nasty shit. They just want to see, you know, gossip, slander, defamation. It's become a toxic, vile place for people like that. And that's the people who watch the content and make the money, basically, for the content creators, because the ad revenue, right? And so that's all anyone does. You know, you see that, this stupid shit. So there was a time when I would do game reviews, and I would just title them the Hateful Truth Game Review. Boom, here's the game review.
And it would get interesting. People would love it. They would say, Phil, you're so different from other game reviewers because you're independent, and you know, you have an interesting frame of reference because you play so many damned video games in 1 year that you can compare the quality of one genre to another, the amount of content in one game to another, even if they aren't directly related games. And your reviews are some of the most honest on the internet, and we love them.
And then it became, well, the only way that Phil can even get anyone to watch a review is if he's negative. And I don't want to do that. You know, I'm a guy who's honest. I'm a guy who is going to tell you it like it is. So there was that year, if you remember, guys, 2016, when I was doing KO Gaming, and it was a channel that I really wanted to have just highly edited, highly quality content, and it went well. Like, I had a video that had 1 million views or whatever, but the videos that got views were the negative videos only. Like, I'm telling you, that video that got 1 million views, negative. All my coverage of No Man's Sky at launch, negative, right? All the videos that I made were negative, got tons of views, and made me money. Anything that I did that was positive basically got shuffled under the rug and no one cared about or watched. All right? And that's the stupid part about YouTube. I just hate that, right? And it came to the point, of course, then last year in 2017, we had the whole demonetization saga, where basically any edited video that I put out on KO Gaming would immediately become demonetized. And I had enough. I was like, I'm doing all this work, you know, making these edited style videos. Sometimes what I would do is I would take 2-3 nights to not doing streaming in order to edit a video. I would put it out, and the video would get only a few thousand views because it was a positive video, and then it would be demonetized anyway. And I was like, well, I can't survive like this anymore. You know? I can't. I have to basically survive. And how am I going to survive? And what I saw, quite frankly, was that streaming, doing daily live gameplay streams, interacting with you guys during these streams, this is what was keeping people entertained. I was seeing exponential growth on Twitch while I was seeing stagnation on YouTube. And I was like, well, what's the point then? What is the point of me continuing to put so much time and effort into stuff on YouTube if YouTube, number one, isn't going to feature my content because it's not all negative. Number two, they're going to demonetize anything that I actually put time and effort into. And number three, I hate to say it, YouTube has become a toxic, vile community anyway. I mean, I disabled my comments a year ago. Actually, guys, it's been 1 year now since DSP Gaming has had no comments enabled because I just couldn't put up with it. It was just disgusting shit to the point where the comments on my videos were actually becoming a detriment, and people who were actually longtime fans were telling me, Phil, please disable comments. We can't even take it anymore. Every time I click on your video, I look down. It's the most vile, disgusting stuff. It's insane that YouTube even allows this shit, but they do. Okay? So, all that being said, I know I haven't done any formal reviews in a while. Now, there's multiple reasons for that. Number one, it's because of all the reasons I've already mentioned. Number two, it's because since I'm now streaming so much, and streaming is basically my bread and butter, it's what pays the bills, me doing an edited style review would take time away from streaming.
Which means money out of my pockets.
And I know if I put out a review that makes 5,000 views, that's not going to even make nearly anywhere as much money as if I had just done a 2 to 4 hour stream, right? So that's why I'm not really too concerned about it. Now, if I finish a new release and I just happen to have some extra time, okay, then on that stream, I'll on the fly do a review. You know, Spider-Man, I'm going to finish that tomorrow night. If I finish it in 90 minutes and I have 20, 30 extra minutes, I'll do a verbal spoken word review at the end of the stream so that people know my thoughts on the game, okay? But I am not going to take time out away from doing productive streams and streaming, which is what you guys are here for, right? And that's what I'm good at, in order to do a review that is not going to benefit anything, you know? I'm just being honest. If you want to know my true thoughts about a game, watch the playthroughs, or a lot of the times when the credits are rolling, I'll give you a summary of what I thought about that game. Those are the opportunities that you can take to find out my thoughts. You don't need to watch a formal review outside of that to know what I think about a game. Plus, by the way, guys, at the end of the year, I have Game of the Year awards. So, you know.
And listen, I can understand. I can definitely understand, okay, why some people are upset. You know, over the years, 10 years as a content creator, and I used to do reviews regularly. It was something fun that I would do. I would buy a game, bring it home and unbox it. That would be a video, a release day unboxing video, right? That would build hype for the playthrough. Then I would continuously play that game for 2-3 days till I finished it, and I'd get all those videos on YouTube right away. And as soon as I finished it, I would review the game. And that was what I was known for. That was my forte on YouTube. That's a bygone era, guys. It is. It's a bygone era. It's YouTube's fault for ruining their own business and their own website. You know, it's just not a sustainable business model anymore to do that. For me, it has to be daily interactive live streams, doing a variety of games to bring a variety of viewers to the channel on a daily basis, and making it about not only fun with games, but interactivity with you guys. Just sitting here reviewing a game just doesn't work anymore.
And Mocking Jaybird says the following: I'm new to your streams. I really enjoy them. I'm not sure why you get so much hate. Well, the thing is, the hate group against me is such a fucking rabbit hole of just stupid shit that an actual intelligent, logical person would never fall into that and believe any of it. The problem is the people that like that shit are the same people who are watching the drama videos on everyone else, the same people who made TMZ a multi-million-dollar business. These are people who, they just want to believe in negative shit and drama for the sake of it. They're basically immature people, and they love bringing down others, you know? And I'm sure they all have various reasons why. Some of them legitimately don't like me. Some of them just like bringing down others because it makes them feel better about themselves.
Some of them were just nuts.
But, you know, there's all various reasons. The truth of the matter is that most of the stuff they say may be based on a small nugget of truth.
Maybe based on a small nugget of truth.
But it's grossly over-exaggerated. You'll come by a stream and watch me play a game and say, I just watched a 4 or 5 hour stream of Phil and I didn't see any drama, I didn't see any kind of controversy. Yeah, he died a bunch in the game and raged a little bit, but outside of that, it was actually a fun, chill stream. A lot of people had fun. What's the big deal? And that's what most people say. But then, you'll have the assholes who will go and spam negative stuff about me everywhere. Just crazy, insane stuff that's not even true. I still get people saying crazy stuff from my past. I'm a racist, I'm a pedophile, I'm this. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Do you have any actual empirical proof? Oh, here's a one out-of-context joke from a video from 2009. Like, what? But people believe it because they want to. Like, there's a certain kind of person that wants to believe bad stuff because it makes them feel good about themselves, that there'd be such ludicrous, ridiculously bad, dramatic things out there. I mean, why do you think reality TV even exists? The whole genre of reality TV is based on people behaving badly and people loving to watch that stupid shit, okay? I don't play that crap. I don't. I ignore it. I'm fully aware that there must be people out there saying crazy shit about me right now. I don't give a fuck. You know, I'm just here to play games and have fun every day. That's all I care about. So, Mocking Jaybird, you're actually not the first person who's come by and said stuff like this. Most people who do come by and legitimately watch the streams of the content end up liking it, you know? But the problem is a lot of people don't give it a shot. A lot of people will just hear a bunch of negative nonsense about me and say, well, that guy sounds like crap. I'm not going to watch his stuff. I'm just going to make fun of him and join in these memes. And, oh, people who steal his content to make out-of-context defamatory and slanderous videos that don't actually represent what I do on a daily basis, right? I've become a meme on the internet that it's fun to make fun of Phil. Even though it's not true, it's fun to make fun of him. And, again, that's another big problem with YouTube, is that YouTube propagates and allows that crap, okay? It promotes it. It will promote a negative, defamatory, or slanderous video of me over my own content on their own website. That's why that business is falling apart and failing. Because they've turned their website into automated drama and garbage, and no one has legitimate content anymore, okay? So that's why I like being on Twitch. Twitch doesn't put up with that shit. When people try to do that shit on Twitch to me, Twitch puts the hammer down and says, nope, sorry, we're not putting up with this kiddie drama shit. We want a website with quality content creators, not people stealing content to make slanderous shit. Get the hell out of here, alright?
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money.
All of that, baby. Do that, baby, too.